quick clarification. You said that the Iranians have blamed the Syrian government.
The former president of Iran acknowledged that the Syrian government was responsible for that attack.
Okay, so the government of Iran has not made that blame. Okay. First of all, your reaction to the fact that the very rebels that the United States is supporting have issued a statement saying that they categorically reject the Russian initiative.
John, I understand that, but it goes to the point that we have been making, that there is an ongoing sectarian civil war in Syria. We have been appalled by, as many of our allies and partners have been, by the wholesale and brutal assault that Assad has waged against his own people. But the President has made clear that even as we step up assistance to the Syrian people and we step up direct assistance to the opposition's military council, that we are not putting boots on the ground and we are not engaging militarily in an effort to to try to resolve someone else's civil war. But when it comes to chemical weapons, which pose a threat to the region and the world, including the United States, and the violation of a century-old prohibition against their use, we absolutely believe that we have to take action.
But I'm asking you to directly respond to what the rebel groups that the United States is supporting, saying that the United States is essentially selling them out by going forward with this.
We are providing.
What is your response to that?
My response to that is that we continue to support the opposition, and we are supporting the opposition in tangible ways through substantial and stepped-up assistance. But when it comes to how we resolve the disposition of these very dangerous weapons and how we ensure that a dictator does not use them again against innocent civilians, including children, we will pursue a diplomatic course to see if it can bear fruit, to see if it can produce the result that we desire. In the meantime, as the President has said, we remain ready, and our military remains ready to engage in a military strike if necessary.
How can you expect the Russians to be operating in good faith on this when even this morning in the New York Times, Vladimir Putin is saying it was the rebels that used the chemical weapons?
I just answered this, John.
Well, not really. I didn't hear a direct answer to this.
I said that what Russia has committed itself to and put its credibility and prestige on the line in doing so is the proposition that it supports and will help bring about the removal from Assad's control of a substantial stockpile of chemical weapons, the transference of that stockpile to international control for the ultimate destruction of that stockpile. That is a significant piece of business, yet it would represent a significant accomplishment by the international community and by Russia. So we will pursue that. We obviously disagree with the wholly unsupported assertion that the opposition could have or did commit this atrocity, but and we have a substantial body of facts to prove our point, and we have more than 30 countries that have already agreed to that proposition, and we have, obviously, I think there's not a member of Congress who disagrees with us on the basic facts, which is that the chemical weapons attack occurred and Assad was responsible.
But you can explain how, if you have an agreement with Assad to turn over his weapons, and that starts to happen with the Russians under Russian supervision, do you still support rebel groups that are fighting to overthrow the government that you are working with to turn over their chemical weapons? How does that work?
We will continue to support the opposition because
even as you're working with the government to turn over their weapons, you're going to support.
We are working to secure chemical weapons that need to be secured to prevent a dictator from using them again against his own people, and he has shown himself more than willing to do that.
And just one last, is it still U.S. policy that Assad must go?
It is still our policy and our view that Syria's future cannot have Assad in the picture. It's inconceivable given what he has done to his own people. But this is something that we have said all along needs to be decided in a political settlement. It is not something that will be decided militarily.